How's it going?
Good.
It's
How are
good.
you?
Doing well. Excited to talk to both of you. It was a wild finale. Uh, Josh, you cut Betty. What was
I
that
did.
about?
I did do that, and that was because I really thought I had a really good shot against Kevin. I know that Betty had been on the block 5 times. She worked so hard. I was just like, who wouldn't want to vote for her? And then you have this evil genius schemer who has one win. I'm just like, how could I possibly lose? And I also just didn't know that the jury was that bitter towards me.
Well, have you guys gotten a sense of what would have happened if you had taken Betty?
Ah, yes.
Yeah, we did. We had a chat with the jury, and it probably would have been a split, but more likely in Josh's favor. And I hate to
Wow.
say it, but I told him so. I told him if he would have taken me, he would have beat me. But yeah, it is what it is.
Well, Josh, what happened that convinced? Obviously, Kevin convinced you that he was gonna have a worse chance to win. Um, when did that happen, though? Did it happen after the final four? Were you always intending to take Kevin? When did you make that decision?
It happened after the final four, and that's why I used the POV on Betty because I was really set on taking Betty to final two. And
Hmm.
I think that's when Kevin got a little bit worried. And I think he started to work a bit harder on me to try to convince me that Betty was worse for my game to take rather than him.
Well, Betty, how are you feeling about Josh right now, given this decision?
Oh, he's just a Big Brother Canada player to me at the end of the day. Nothing more, nothing less.
Is he still coming to the wedding?
Probably not.
Well, Betty, you also found out about some of the other things that Josh was up to in the season. That he'd been working with Kevin for a little while. Maybe knew about the Tanisha vote. Some other stuff going on. How do you feel about that?
You know what? It's Big Brother at the end of the day. I was really all in with Josh and I was just trusting him blindly. I'm sure you could see throughout the season, but obviously I was getting played myself. So at the end of the day, it's no hard feelings. It is a game. So it is what it is.
All right. How do you guys feel about Kevin winning the game, representing the season? Is it still kind of painful, or are you like how are you feeling?
It definitely hurts a little bit, but Kevin deserves to win. I think he was the one that really helped make a lot of big decisions in this game and was the brains behind a lot of those big moves.
Yeah, I'm so surprised that Kevin won. Like, I was in the house just as long as them, so I was like, for sure, Josh is going to take this win. So later to find out that it was Kevin, and by a unanimous, like, I'm the only person that voted for Josh. I was shocked, but at the same time, definitely deserving. I'll have to rewatch this season just to see how much of a mastermind Kevin actually was. But again, it is well deserved.
Betty, you were on to him. You knew right in the beginning because it was it was
No,
that it was
I
that
called
week.
it.
It was that week when Marty was the HOH, and it was supposed to be Kevin on the block, and he slithered his way out of it, and you got put there instead.
Yeah, you know what? I had to trust. I knew it in my gut that there was something about Kevin and we needed to get rid of him. But, he is such a smooth talker. I think that he was able to get me and him to be on common ground where he was just off my radar for the remainder of the game.
Yes, I don't have my soundboard with me because I'm traveling right now, but I have a clip of you saying "I do hate you" to Kevin. That is one of my favorites. You called me a terrible person, and I meant that.
Yeah, sometimes my mouth gets me in a little bit of trouble.
Well, Betty, I hope you know that I'm one of the freaks that watches the live feeds quite a lot here, and I really appreciated your game. I think you did a great job throughout the game, making moves. You had this guy next to you, kind of in the way a little bit, giving spilling the tea to Kevin sometimes, but you did a great job, and I hope people appreciate your game here.
Thank you.
Okay, and Josh. Okay, uh, when Betty tells you about
Be
the
nice, Taran.
no, you know what, Josh, you also I appreciate. I'll honestly, when we got to the final four, I think that a lot of people were in a place where we were like, we're happy with any winner at this point because you all played so great and you all played so hard. You've probably heard it by now, but this season, from my point of view, and I think from a lot of people's point of view, has been the best Big Brother Canada season. Easily.
Wow.
And you guys are all a huge part of that. I mean, you know, for as much as it's painful, I'm sure to both of you, but the fact that there are surprises even in the finale, that people were just blown away out of their seats, like what? I mean, it's wild. You guys made fantastic television. Josh, you were so good at winning people to your side.
I
And
know.
convincing them to trust you, you said on the feeds once that it was about them making an incorrect assumption about how close you were. What is it about about
Wow.
about your interactions with people that makes them trust you so much?
I wish I knew. I think I just I'm really good at the emotional side of the game, and people see my vulnerability a lot. I think throughout the season, and that really made them feel like they could trust me because they felt that I was someone who was really open and honest about their feelings and things like that. So they thought that in this game they didn't have to hide that and would share a lot with me. I think I knew the most secrets about everyone in the house.
Hmm. Yeah, I would say for sure. It felt like to me one of the reasons why Kevin had your loyalty for so long is that he really tapped into. I said that he was kind of like the devil on your shoulder, that he was trying to like entice you into like having more fun and like tapping into the dark side and being like, isn't this fun, Josh? Isn't it fun to lie to people and be sneaky? Is that sort of how you felt when you were playing?
That's exactly it. I remember being on the block week 3, and Kevin was just like, "I love chaos, so I'm definitely voting for you in this house flip." And I was just like, "I love that. This man's unpredictable."
There it is. So when Betty is able to sort of catch on to Kevin and start talking to you about how Kevin's been trying to get you out, Kevin's dangerous. Uh, you kind of were like, oh wow, Kevin's been playing me the whole time. But you had been playing with Kevin for so long. What exactly was going through your head there? Like, were you really like, oh wow, I can't believe Kevin, or were you kind of playing it up to Betty a little bit?
No, I honestly believe Kevin. I thought that I was Kevin's number one in this game, and I realized that I was his number two, second to Helena. And so I did actually believe that Kevin wanted to go all the way with me and to always have my back with Helena as part of the crash test dummy. So it completely blew me by surprise. And then I realized that deep into the game, there really is no value in an alliance. You're really playing for yourself.
Hmm. Did you ever consider telling Betty about the crash test dummies at that point?
I absolutely did. And the only reason I didn't is because I thought Betty would be really upset if I did do that and would want to evict me.
Is that true, Betty? Would you have been would you have been upset?
You know what? I probably would have.
So, did Kevin end up revealing that at any point in the final three? Because we haven't seen anything from the final three, so we don't know what was going down. But we thought maybe Kevin would rat you out there a little bit.
Kevin actually didn't. And he told me that his jury question was that he was going to reveal the crash test dummies to Betty on that day. And if Betty knew about the crash test dummies, Kevin said he was not going to vote for me. But if Betty didn't know, he would vote for me.
Okay. Wow.
Wild.
Oh man. Well, thank you guys so much. I hope that we get a chance to talk more. Kevin told the both of you about me, and Josh, you asked if I would want to talk to you, and yes, I would love to talk to you about the game here.
Amazing.
And Betty, please, I would love to talk to you as well.
Totally. Thank
We'll
you.
talk through the game and have some fun. Betty, your partner has been so excellent on social media. He's been such a great rider for you.
Aw.
So yes, thank you both so much for talking with me.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
All right, see you guys later.
Bye.